Well, it couldn't happen to a nicer company. IDW continues to fail. It's amazing considering everything they've gone through already that they're still in business. And things are shaking up in this licensing giant of the comic industry. It's going to be a big turbulent ride over the next few months here for sure. We're going to see what happens. Of course, I'll be reporting on this news as it comes out. My name is John Delarose. I am a #1 best-selling author and award-winning comic creator. I've got a subscribe star, everybody, and I'm making my comics on here. We've actually grown pretty well over the last month since I've been hyping this, and I appreciate everybody who's on there. We are producing short comics right now. We're going to be producing full-length comics also. I'm actually doing some prose work on here too. I'm a novel writer, and doing some videos on writing process, things like that. If you want an alternative to the mainstream industry, we are it, and we are going to be producing as much as you guys can handle. So please get on here and support our channel, even if you just want to support our efforts and you're not much of a reader yourself. Every little bit helps, and of course, our goal is about to grow about 10 times what we're at now. And we've gotten a good percentage this month, so I appreciate everybody who's come on board. Thank you so much for the support. We're going to be doing awesome things. The best is yet to come, my friends. Go to the link in the description below for this. I've got all my books on Amazon and on my bookstore on my website also, if you want to check these out too. We're making actual comics, my friends. You see my hat? Actual comics, that's right. Which is a little joke at Heather Antos' expense here. Because Heather made fun of the fact and said that she was the one making actual comics, as if we're not, as if ours are invalid somehow, like these aren't real. And this is the attitude of the mainstream industry across the board, because they've got a license, because a corporation hires them. Somehow their art is better than ours. And this doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Corporate art is garbage every single time. It's distilled down to what helps my brand in theory. But the thing is, they've hired people like Heather and different people across this company who aren't interested in actually promoting things that the fans want and doing things that the fans are interested in. They're trying to promote their political agenda across the board. It's all about nepotism. It's all about leftist politics, extremely so. And so they've created this environment where, like, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was awesome to start, and now it's become almost unreadable because they have to replace them with all these like diverse replacement characters. We have Star Trek books, which is Heather's line that she edits, where they're ranting about pronouns in the middle of things. It's just absolutely crazy. And this is my article from Bounding Into Comics in May, where they promoted her despite the fact that they were laying off multiple people. They were, of course, their stock market their stocks got delisted from the stock exchange because they're just sinking so much that they didn't want to deal with that at all. Over the course of this later, they actually announced that they're canceling all these creator-owned projects which they were going to publish because, of course, those creator-owned projects were not good enough to make it and stand out through the market. And so they were trying to make their own properties and things like that to get licenses for movies, and those don't even exist. So now they're stuck with pretty much only their licensed products. This is where Heather got promoted to. She's in charge of all the licensed products, and gosh, another quarter with a huge loss. They lost 1.28 million this quarter. Now, every quarter that this information's come out, IDW's been losing over the last year or so. It's been one just disaster after another, and they've just kept all the people who are making this disaster happen to their company and not trimming things out in the way that they need. They showed a loss of 1.28 million this fiscal Q3 ended July 2023, the result of lower sales, again, coupled with higher expenses. How do you have higher expenses when you've just laid off a third of your staff? That doesn't even make sense whatsoever. So this is a wild thing, a difficult combination. I don't know what's going on over there, but things aren't working out financially. The loss was a big drop off from the $595,000 loss a year ago and the $200,000 loss in the most recent quarter. So they've gone crazy again. IDW's publishing sales of 6.25 million were down 300,000 from a year ago this quarter, which the company attributed to the decline of the 1.167 million in book market revenue due to fewer releases in 2023 because they've cut a bunch of their books, smaller decreases in licensing and royalty and digital sales. They lost a lot of licenses, G.I. Joe, Transformers. Nobody wanted to be involved with this company anymore. Absolutely crazy. and a jump, which was offset only by Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Lost Years. So it wasn't even Heather's products that really were doing things. It's just the continuation of the Eastman and Laird stuff that is the only thing that's selling at this property. Printing costs were also up, and yeah, printing costs have gone up across the board. It's hit us over here too, but we're able to actually still keep the same prices for our books and still make a profit over here. So I don't know what they're doing over there. According to the report, we also note that it did not appear that the expenses related to a major downsizing around April did not appear to hit the operating statement. I wonder why in the previous quarter. So were presumably reflected in the Q3 report. IDW publishing sales were heavily concentrated in direct market and book channel distributor Penguin Random House Publisher Services, which accounted for 72.7% of sales. Scholastic was 15% of sales. There were virtually no sales in IDW Media Holdings' other division, IDW Entertainment, with no ongoing projects and no new options or revenues. So nothing's happening other than the publishing. And since they canceled a lot of their creator-owned lines, nothing's happening other than licensed properties. And who's in charge? Heather Antos. So what's going on over there, and why aren't things selling? Well, we all know what's happening here. We knew this was going to be a spiral. They're keeping people in these positions due to political pressure. And of course, as these people get promoted due to political pressure, everything collapses around them. And we're going to see even more of this in the comic industry to come as we keep growing in our independent efforts, which are way better than anything out there. All right. We'll be launching a lot of good stuff soon, guys. So please check in on this. I'm going to be fostering an alternative to Star Trek since Star Trek's been botched so badly. Definitely stay tuned and get on the ground floor here where we're building something great. And we're building something profitable, and we're building something that's going to win. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.